definite integral. A definite integral is an integral of this form. This is what we mean by definite integral. Before, we have been dealing with integral of this format. That is what we have been dealing with. There's nothing here. But when we have values here, a and b, then it is called definite integral. These values are called the boundary of the integral. They call it the boundary of the integral. Now, by definition of this thing, if you have that g of s is the integration of f of s, that is, if I integrate this and I will get this, then if there's a value here, the answer will be g of b, that is, we put s to be b, minus you put s to be a inside this answer that you got. If you take example, let's assume that we want to integrate this 2 to 4 2s plus 1 dx. All we need to do is to know how to integrate. If you have known how to integrate, then this thing has no any work. If I integrate this, I will have s squared, which I have taught you. I don't need to do that. If I integrate 1, I will have x. Then I'll put 2, 4. What this thing now means is that anywhere I see s, I'll put it as 4. That will be 4 squared minus anywhere I see s, I'll put 4 again. That is for this. I will now say minus anywhere I see s, you can see g of b. Our b is the lower boundary. This is the upper boundary. Anywhere I see s, I'll put it as 2. This will now be 2 squared plus 2. So this is 16 plus 4. That is 20 minus 4 plus 2, 6. Our answer is 14. So that means the value of this integral is 14. Now, let's assume that we want to consider another integration. Let's say we have 1 to 3. And we want to integrate 2s squared plus 3s plus 1 dx. Just know how to integrate, that is all. When we integrate this, I will have 2s3 over 3 plus, if I integrate this one, I will have 3s squared over 2 plus, if I integrate 1, I will have x. That will be 1 to 2. Anywhere we now see x, we will put it as 2 in this final integration. This will be 2 into 2 cubed over 3. You know, we normally put plus c, but under this one, we don't need to put plus c because at the end of the day, c will leave. So we don't need plus c. Plus this one, I will put, this is 3 squared over 2 plus, this one will be what? 2 minus, anywhere I see s, I will now put it as 1 minus this boundary. That is 2 into 1 cube over 3 plus 3 into 1 square over 2 plus put s as 1 plus 1. So I will leave this for you to do. You simplify this and you simplify this to get your final answer. If I have another one, let's say I want to integrate 2 sin x ds from 0 to pi. I want to integrate it. To integrate this, we know the integration of this one to be minus cos x. So we say 0 to pi. Let me put the minus 2 out. And you know what this thing means is that anywhere I see s, I'll put it as pi. That will be cos pi minus anywhere I see s, I'll put it as 0. This minus 2 is outside there. Minus cos 0. But the question is, what is pi? In this place, pi is representing 180 degrees. So that means we are dealing with cos 180 degrees. So if you use our calculator, cos 180 degrees will give me minus 1. Then minus cos 0 will give me 1. This is minus 2 into minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. So our answer is 4. So that means the value of this integral is 4. So that is that about definite integral. You only need to know how to integrate. And if you consider more complicated one, let's say we have 2s into 1 plus s squared raised to power 3 dx. Let's say we have 0 to 1. 0 to 1 as the integration. Now, all this integral we have done before, we observe that if you differentiate this one, we will get this one. In that case, we use integration by substitution by saying let u be 1 plus s squared. When we differentiate the u dx, that will be 2x. If you make the extra formula as we normally do, that will be du over 2x. Don't forget that we are using integration by substitution. You have to change this boundary too, because these boundaries 0 and 1 are meant for x, and we are changing it to u. So we only need to say we change the boundary like this. If x is equal to 0, because s is 0 here, our u will be equal to, anywhere I see s, I'll put it as 0. This is 1 plus 0 square. So u will be 1. So in this case now, this boundary will turn to 1. I will change this boundary too by turning s to u. I will say if s is 1, so this thing is what I will be using. U will be equal to 1 plus 1 square. That is 2. So in that case, the integration, let me use I for it. The integration will now become 1 to 2. You can see 0 to 1 has become 1 to 2. Now let's come to this place. As we normally do, 2x. This one is, we have said this is to be u. This is u cube dx. Our dx is du over 2s. So this cancels this. What we have left is 1 to 2 u cube du. I can now integrate this. U cube will be u raised to power 4 over 4. 1 to 2. So anywhere I see u, I'll put it as 2. So that will be 2 raised to power 4 over 4 minus, anywhere I see u, I'll put it as 1. That will be 1 raised to power 4 over 4. 2 raised to power 4 over 4. This is 16. That will be 4 minus 1 over 4. And that should be 15 over 4. That means the value of this integral is 15 over 4. To application of integration to business and economics. We should all just take note under this concept that total cost will be integration of marginal cost, because when we remember that when we differentiate total cost, we always get marginal cost. The same thing goes to marginal revenue. When we differentiate marginal revenue, we always get when we differentiate total revenue, we always get marginal revenue. So it is reversed now. When we integrate marginal revenue, we'll get total revenue. So let us take note of this. It's just that under this total revenue, when we total cost, when we integrate, we always add C in the end. So that C is the fixed cost. So when fixed cost is given, then that C will become the fixed cost. But for the total revenue, you should know that when there is no sale, when there is no sale, there is no revenue. You should take note of that. One, find the marginal revenue of a company given by the marginal revenue of a company given by this. Find the revenue function. If given that from the past sales, the revenue was this, when they sold 30 units. Determine the After that, we can now determine the total revenue that will be generated if 20 units are sold. This is the question once again. The marginal revenue, the company, the question once again. Now, let's solve it. We have been told that the marginal revenue is 15 minus 4Q. Definitely, if you want to find the total revenue, marginal revenue, if you want to find the total revenue, our answer will be integration of marginal revenue, just like what we have here. So our answer is 15 minus 4Q. Let's say the Q. If you integrate 15, we have 15Q minus, if you integrate 4Q, we have 4Q squared over 2 plus C. So what we are saying is that total revenue will be equal to 15Q minus 2Q squared plus C. So let's take note of this. So this is the revenue function. The question now says here that from the past sales, the revenue was this when 30 units were sold. What that means is that if the Q is 30, Q is the unit, then the total revenue is given as 1750. So let's substitute this inside this place. So this will now become 1750 equal to, this will be, anywhere we see Q, we'll put it as 15. Then we'll put it as 30. This will be 15 into 30 minus 2 into 30 squared plus C. So this is what we are going to have. So this is 1750 is equal to 15 times 30 should give me 450. This is 900 times 2, 1800 plus C. So if you make C the same formula, that is, you transfer all these two to the other side. But you remember, this one will become minus and this one will become plus. It will now become 1750 minus 450 plus 1800. From that place, we'll see that our Q is 3100. So we have seen that we can now say that our total revenue is 15Q. I'll put it back here. 15Q minus 2Q squared plus C. So we have seen our C to be 3100. Let's go back to this question. This question says determine the total revenue that will be generated if 20 units are sold. Now, if 20 units are sold, unit here is Q means 20. That is, anywhere we see Q in this place, we'll put it as 20. So this will be total revenue will be equal to 15 times 20 minus 2 times 20 squared plus 3100. So 15 times 20 will become 300 minus this one will become 800 plus 3100. So when we use our calculator, we are going to have 2600. So that will be our answer. So that means when they sell 20 units of the product, they are going to have a revenue of 2600. So if the marginal revenue is given by this, determine the total revenue function and the total revenue when 50 units of the product are sold. So solution. So we know that total revenue is integration of marginal revenue. Now, our marginal revenue, this is our marginal revenue here. So we need to put it there. 3x squared minus 8x plus 3dx. So we can now integrate it. When we integrate it, this will be 3s cubed over 3 minus 8s squared over 2 plus 3s plus c. So what we are saying is that our total revenue is 3 cancel 3 here, 2 cancel it, that will become s cubed minus, this is 4s squared plus 3s plus c. So this is our total revenue. The question is, we need to find this c, just like you found c in this place. But you observe here that there's nothing given on the past sale. That means there's no any past sale. And we have said here that when there's no sale, there's no revenue. No sale, no revenue. So in that case, S is 0, total revenue is 0. So that means this C will be 0 because there's no any information given, unlike this one that from the past sales. There's a past sale, but here there's no past sale. In that case, the constancy is 0. So we can now conclude that our total revenue is equal to s cubed minus 4s squared plus 3x. Now the question says we should now find the revenue when 50 units of the commodity are sold. So in this case, 50 units here means that S is 50. Anywhere we see S here, I will put 50. Therefore, our total revenue will be equal to 50 cubed minus 4 into 50 squared plus 3 into 50. So from that place, 50 cubed, that is 125,000 minus 50 square times 4, that will give me 10,000. So this one will give me 150. We now need to simplify, and we simplify, we should be able to have 115,150. So that will be the total revenue. 150 of the units are sold. That will be the total revenue. Number 3, find the marginal cost of producing a product. The marginal cost of producing a product is given as this. Find the total cost of producing the product. Find the total cost of producing the first 25 units of the product. In this case, we are not giving any information here. We are only asked to find the first cost of producing the first 25 units of the product, and there's no any other information given. So this is an example of definite integral. So our total cost will be integration of marginal cost, but the first, so that is 0 to 25, first 25 units of the product. So what we are doing is this: 6 cube squared is our marginal cost, minus 8 cube plus 47 the cube. So 0 to 25. Now I've taught you integration, so I don't need to be writing it one by one again. So when we integrate this, we have 2q cube. This one will give me minus 4q squared plus this one will give me 47q, 0 to 25. And if you can remember this topic, anywhere we see 25, anywhere we see q, we put it as 25. So this will be 2 into 25 cube minus 4 into 25 squared, this one, plus 47 into 25. Then we normally say that minus this one. So this is 2 into 0 cube minus 4 into 0 square, which has nothing to do again, minus 47 into 0. So all this one will vanish. So we are left with this. That is, we now have 2 times 25 raised to power 3, this one. So our answer will be 31250 minus this one will give me 2500 plus 47 this plus 47 times 25, it give me 1175. So we now need to simplify further so that the total cost will become 29,925. So we do it directly. So that's our answer. That is the total cost. Another example, if the marginal cost of a product is given as this, find the total cost of producing the first 10 units. If the cost of producing the first 5 units is 1,800, unlike the previous example, we are giving an information here. The information that the first cost of producing 5 units, that is, when the unit is 5, then the total cost is 1,800. So it's indefinite integral. So solution, total cost is integration of marginal cost. So let's bring the marginal cost, 3x squared minus 26x plus 100 ds. Now let's use the integration formula. So that will be x cubed minus 13x squared plus 100x plus c. Therefore, our total cost is x cubed minus 13x squared plus 100x plus c. So that will be our total cost. So since we have known our total cost now, we cannot come to this place. Here says when s is 5, total cost is 1,800. I will now substitute it there. 1,800 equal to 5 cubed minus 13 into 5 squared plus 100 into 5 plus c. So this will give me 1,800 equal to 5 will give me 125. So when 5, so the next one is 13 times 5 square, that is 325 plus this one will give me 500 plus c. So we now need to make c the formula, that is, we transfer all this to the other side. So our answer will now be c equal to 1,800 minus 125 plus 325 minus 500. So when we do that, we find out that our c is equal to 1,500. So we have known our c. So we now need to substitute back our c to this place, to this. We need to rewrite this and put c to be 1,500, so that our total cost is x cubed minus 13x squared plus 100x plus c, which is 1,500. The question now says we should find the total cost of producing first 10 units. That is, anywhere we see s now, we put 10 there. Therefore, if x is 10, then the total cost will be equal to 10 cubed minus 13 into 10 squared plus 100 into 10 plus 1,500. 10 cubed will give me 1,000 minus 10 squared times 13 will give me 1,300. This will give me 1,000, and lastly that will give me 1,500. So when we simplify, when we simplify further with our calculator, we should be able to have 2,200. Therefore, our total cost is 2,200 naira when producing 10 units. So have a nice day.